Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So today we're looking at another Trivisa knife. This one is quite an interesting one. This is the LeoMinor 03B. Where this fits in my sort of stable of things is as a very compact gentleman's EDC. Again, I'm not going to get into too much detail about this amazing packaging that these guys do. I mean, these boxes and everything that they do is next level awesome. Everything is just so well done, so well put together. The boxes, the finish, the logos, pretty much everything about it is absolutely wow. So again, here we open up the box. This one's a little bit different. We've got some foam in here. Then we have, of course, your cloth, your certificate, your little booklet, and your branded bag. And again, in the Trivisa fashion, you get this amazing little Ziploc bag. I know it's a small thing, but guys, I've never seen it done in a knife brand before. So it really stands out for me as something different. So here we have the Trivisa LeoMinor. And well, everything is just perfectly in alignment and just well put together. I think it's a really good looking knife. It actually has quite a bit of weight for a small compact knife like this, but that'll be because of these stainless steel bolsters. So some of the things that stand out for me, they've actually rounded off the liners on the edges. So it's got a rounded edge to it, which gives it a really, really nice feel. It's literally just like a few microns off from the scale to the liner, so the liner sticks out very slightly, but it's rounded, so it feels really, really nice. You've got this really cool polished stainless steel pocket clip, 2-hole retention, 2-screw retention. You've got a lanyard hole over there. Let's have a look. Check out these stainless steel bolsters, beautiful, man. And here you have this sort of G10 type material. It's a little bit slick, but again, really nice. The screws are not flush, they're actually below the surface, so you barely feel them. And what's interesting is this joint point here between the stainless steel and the rest of the scales. You don't feel it. You can feel the difference in texture, but you don't feel the joint itself. That is next level epic. Again, gentleman's folder. It's a really small blade. It sits quite nice and it feels really good in the hand. And just these fine points, like I said, the liner has been rounded. You've got a little bit of large jimping here on the flipper. Let's get it out and have a look. There you have a, I believe would be titanium coated blade again. We'll dive into the details, but I believe that's a D2 steel. No, I'm wrong. It's not D2, but the steel used here is very similar to D2. Yeah, that's a very cool blade. Where this thing talks to me is, I previously had a Spearpoint CRKT M16 edition, which was very similar in size, but it just didn't have the same fit and finish that this knife does. Yeah, just like I thought, the retention is pretty good there. It's about a third retention from the liner lock to the blade, but the actual liner lock is rounded just like the rest of these liners, and it just feels amazing. If any of you guys have handled this knife, you'll know what I'm talking about. The actual finish, everything about it is just really cool. There's no blade wiggle, it's solid. Just wow, okay, that's a really nice knife. It's got a crazy sharp, I call it a spear point. I'm not too sure what the exact terminology would be, but it's really lovely. I mean, let's get a closer look here. This is not a double edge. This is sort of like a false edge at the top there, but man, that is crazy sharp. It's like pin sharp, literally. and really cool blade. So yeah, I really like this, and I think this would really stand out as an EDC or as a gentleman's EDC. Everything about it is just so smooth. I mean, let's just have a look here. Let's disengage the, check it out. It's riding on bearings. It feels really good. Getting it out, there's no spring assist or anything like that, so that's just pure ball bearings you're seeing flying open like that. Absolutely incredible. The detent to hold it in place is there. You actually have to give it a little bit of force to get that thing to fly out, which is really nice. I like that. That feels really good. But you know what? Let's see how this thing sits in the pocket. Right, so here we have my good old worn jeans, and here we have the LeoMinor. So firstly, let's just see how it sits into the actual pocket. It's a nice deep carry pocket clip, so again, it disappears into the pocket. I would ride this very close to the edge over here, sort of along those lines. And then you're hardly going to get an impression of this knife when you're carrying it. I mean, it's tiny, guys. It's not a big knife. And again, if you like to carry, I sometimes carry more than one knife, so it's good to know if it'll fit. It does protrude a little bit more than some of the knives I've seen, but it is carryable in this pocket. However, in your main pocket, it's definitely something that there's nothing, guys. You can barely see that. You literally see the pocket clip and about 1 or 2 mils, maybe 3 mils sticking out over there. That's really cool. I like that a lot. So this knife for me is something that I think I would wear in smart pants or anything where I'm wanting to keep a low profile. It's compact, it's thin, it is a bit heavy, but if you're wearing a belt, that should have no impact on how you carry this knife. Really cool. I think the last actual test I'm going to do for now is this knife has been carried for 1 day, and it has been for 1 dinner, and it has been used for said dinner. So let's take a look, see how sharp this knife is after a little bit of use. So what we're going to do is we've got a piece of paper over here, and we're just going to do the usual sort of slicing test. I don't know if I need to even go any further. Oops, sorry. I need to get some dry paper, to be honest. Tired of all this wet paper around the house, but as you can see, she is incredibly razor sharp. Goes through that paper like it's nothing. No issues at all. That is a really cool knife. So just to talk a little bit about the technical spec of this knife. This is a drop point style blade. I call it a spear point, but it's classified as a drop point. This blade material is Bohler K110 steel. Bohler K110 steel. Bohler is a good known brand for steels on knives. It's a really decent steel, sort of on par with sort of D2 steel for most use. It'll definitely get the job done for you, and it's very efficient at what it does. This is titanium coated. This is not the stonewashed edition. You can get them in stonewashed, however, this is not it. The black G10 and satin stainless steel, really cool. It's a liner lock, as you've seen. The hardness is between 58 and 60 HRC. Runs on ceramic ball bearings, which kind of explains that really smooth deployment of this knife. That definitely is a ball bearing trait. The size overall is 205 millimeters from point to point. The blade length is 90 millimeters or 9 centimeters. You're looking at a close length of 115 millimeters, a blade width of 20 millimeters at the thickest, and it is a 3 mil thick blade. So it's in line with some of your nicer sort of carry blades from some of the bigger brands, which is quite nice. The weight on this is 130 grams, so it's actually not a very light knife, but wow, it feels good. You need to hold this knife to understand what I'm talking about by that it feels really good. So it's 130 grams. Again, It's specified as an outdoor survival EDC, hunting, fishing, hiking, camping knife. You can use any knife for any such task. This knife stands out for me as a gentleman's EDC, something that you could carry with you to the office. You could take it out, use it for opening a package, letter, carving up your steak at lunch, whatever the case may be, and you're not going to draw too much attention to yourself as if you were pulling out some sort of a large folding knife. This is compact, it's small, it really exudes quality and style. It's a fantastic all-round knife, guys. But yeah, let me not go on too long about this one. It's a really good blade. It's something I will carry alongside some of my other Trivisas which I've recently acquired, and yeah, time will tell. I will do an extended review of all of these blades in due course, so do keep watching and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. The subscription rates, it's difficult to get subscribers out here on YouTube, guys, so please do subscribe. It helps the channel grow, makes us all worthwhile. Something else before I close off this video that I wanted to point out. If you have a look very closely to the edge, you will see that the liners actually protrude, it's less than probably 1/2 mil from the scales and the bolsters, which gives a really cool sort of 3D look. And I'm told by some knife experts that that's actually really hard to achieve, and it's only really seen in very high-end knives. It gives, I don't know how to explain it, it's like a rounded edge, but it actually protrudes ever so slightly from the scales. It just gives the whole knife a really cool sort of 3D look about it, because you can see it top and bottom, and it's like obvious, whereas if it was flush you wouldn't actually see that little silver lining. In this case it's giving a bit of a silver lining. But yeah, really cool knife. I'm really impressed with Trivisa and the stuff that these guys are doing, and at the cost point that they're coming in for these knives. I mean, where can you get something that looks so damn good, works very well, the fit and finish is absolutely next level, it's razor sharp, the edge retention is fantastic, runs on bearings making it ultra smooth. It's just a winner all around, guys. So I can highly recommend this brand. So far every single one that I've tested have blown my mind. I still have a few more to review, and those reviews will be coming out along with some other brands which are on their way. And yeah, we'll get through the reviews, and let's get this this channel sort of up and running properly. I think we've got, sorry, I keep going back, but I just can't get over the fit and finish of these blades. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, take care.